Sato 1 in action, honestly, because I think a lot of people have postured this guy as possibly one of, if not the best character to pick up that same Earth deck that Odro has been playing and just slamming it.
For sure. Sato does look like one of the better Earth characters in the format. I mean, he's drawing cards, he's pushing damage, he's stunning. Like, he's doing all these very, very powerful things to be doing with the Earth symbol, and it's all very, very free. So he is poised to be possibly the best character under Earth. That being said, I mean, Innsmouth is no pushover either, and this Innsmouth deck is playing some sweet cards here. I'm personally very excited to see this Rivet Stab come out and put in some work.
Yeah, that's been a big one for the Innsmouth players. I mean, if you want to talk about sleeping on a character, man, literally no one batted this guy an eye when he first got revealed, Mr. Innsmouth here. And the second people started playing these like really, really lean, like 50 card Innsmouth decks with 4 tongue whips and then just all the other best moves and all of the card pool stuffing, we very quickly realized how like this guy like two shots people like crazy. It's actually nuts how much damage this can put out. This guy can put out just by throwing all of his resources away. Innsmouth has definitely proven himself a very, very real threat. That deck has absolutely been solved.
Absolutely.
Evil's kind of the one that they've been, you know, shifting a little more toward just because you get like excited for blood, draw power and stuff like that. But honestly, it's really all about refreshing slice. That card I think was like the thing we hadn't seen to make this guy really nuts.
Yeah, refreshing slice is certainly just an absolutely insane piece to have in any character, and especially in Innsmouth. And I think this character is kind of posed to like if in the future for some reason we do see a change or possible hit to the Queen of Water Froppy, Innsmouth is kind of positioned to then be take over that mantle. I would say he plays that water package so well, and I'm hoping we get to see him play this evil package just as well.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna talk about, you know, people playing water packages, this is like gotta be one of, if not the best tongue whip characters to have ever existed.
Oh yeah, for sure. Tongue Whip was really designed like for this character.
Yeah, we wondered why the evil symbol was on Asui 2 for so long. We finally found the answer, and it's Innsmouth.
Yeah, Innsmouth is certainly very strong. One of the characters that I was very excited to see and play builds of locally when he was first revealed. As you know, I'm a huge fan of the card pool stuffing mechanic, and this character certainly card pool stuffs.
The actual king of card pool stuffing, Kyle Wright, man. Yeah, I'm sure this Innsmouth is going to have a lot of things to show us if we make it into our turn. Sato is going pretty wild right now with this attack string, opening with the rapid punches. Obviously, a very, very good move in him. It's going to speed itself up a ton. It's going to put more draw pressure. And then, of course, we're going to just be doing the good old Sato things, right? As you said, Kyle, this guy cycles through your hand, something that Odro didn't have access to. But past that, we're doing all of those same things, right? We're putting a bunch of free damage on our moves. We're doing a twice per turn stun one, which is very similar to putting incidental speed on your moves. You know, it's a lot of the same package. It's just that your main deck has to carry it a little bit harder than you did in Odro, which is not something an Earth main deck minds doing, right? It's one of the biggest carries in the entire symbol pool.
For sure, I would have to say that there are some symbols in this game that seem to be held up by a good character. Earth is not that symbol. Bad characters or characters that are not as in tune with the meta are very much held up by the Earth symbol. They are made better by this entire symbol.
Yeah, Sato is not a character that on paper reads like anything crazy, right? Like you said, not a bad character, but he's not like blowing me away. I would never read this guy and go, this is crazy. But then
Mm-hmm.
this guy does his thing on top of playing rapid punches into back alley haymaker, into build some zeros, into one with nature, into +1/+1/+1/+1, into flip all your stuff with season, and you're like, whoa, hang on now. you got me. You got me. I'm sold.
Absolutely.
I'm on board. But the
Yeah,
checks
absolutely.
have been really, really rough for him throughout this turn. We may very well leave ourselves open to a big 29 damage turn from Innsmouth.
For sure. 2 tongue whips can
Oh my
end
god,
basically any character
he's
from.
actually only checked threes.
Oof. That
He's
is
actually
very
only checked
unfortunate
threes.
for this Sato. He better hope that that multiple tongue whips don't come out here because honestly, like Innsmouth is one of those characters that if he just sees those pieces, specifically tongue whip, he can just end any character.
I think if he draws 2 tongue whips, he wins the game this turn.
Yeah,
I think that
exactly.
is actually correct. But we'll see. Opening with a rivet stab is not the most appealing one. The rivet stab is something that a lot of people really like. People saw this card and they were like, "Yo, this is why you play evil Innsmouth." And in reality, I think the answer there is more ignited arrow, but this card is very good. Being able
Yeah, this
to
character.
bring this in all the way on the end of a string and then draw a card to replace the one that you discarded, commit an Excited for Blood to make it like 5 damage. Those are all really, really good things that this character wants his attacks to do.
For sure.
As an opener, though, it's definitely not the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah,
It
it
remains to
looks
be
like it's
seen.
possibly just a poke coming in from this Innsmouth based off that open.
Yeah, it remains to be seen. Maybe we see the Excited for Blood come in. Ooh, we're gonna.
Mhm.
So we've used Innsmouth, and then now we're gonna get our. We're gonna actually activate our Characters Enhance to get that card out of the pool to commit one. Committing down the Petty Squabble is interesting. We don't really have access to it. I mean, I guess we do have access to like the discard response, right? In case we want to. I mean, I guess we're not going to get to block this turn, right? So there's a
Yeah.
very real chance that we could get that discard off. It would make sense. Our cards in hand are doing anything else.
Mhm.
So he's going to have floating. So floating coming in here to put 1 damage on it means that we could now choose to commit a 2-diff if we wanted to draw a card. But at least we're just sending it. We're just sending it home. And we're popping off Excited for Blood.
All right.
And gaining 4, that scares me. The gain 4 scares me. That says we're about to go in, and we want that little fail safe in case things go awry.
Mm-hmm. So it begins, checking 5s and taking lives.
Yeah, this is gonna have that -1 difficulty from what the press conference showed us. We're gonna use the Innsmouth response once more. We could commit that last card down, but I think based on the mathematics of the situation, doing that does not make sense. Simply because he's only got one thing left.
Mm-hmm.
Resistance enhance coming in -2 to the next could be the thing that saves us.
It is possible.
Mm-hmm.
It
It looks like he
did he decide not to?
No, Sato has jumped the gun a little bit there. He was doing responses and then thought that he was enhancing now. So we're just backtracking a little bit because he doesn't get to use resistance until
I
Innsmouth
see.
has done his first enhance, meaning that we could have used Innsmouth to commit it first, but looks like we were not interested in that line. We've just gone right away with the combo enhance. Oh, and he's no longer using the resistance. Perhaps having the one ready resource to the one pool hasn't changed our blocking math. So
Yeah,
perhaps he just thought about it some more.
possibly.
We do also have coping with number 1 online right now in case we want to do some card draw. The snap momentum isn't going to change too much. We don't have anything like a refreshing slice on board. This is just gonna be like a really big 9 damage move.
Yeah.
The zero high block on a 5, checking a 5.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, that's
That
massive.
is huge.
I don't think we can die this turn anymore. Stopping that 9 damage, absolutely massive here. Oh, but he says
Here we go.
He's not deterred. On a 4, check a 4, bro. This
You're
guy's
going in anyway.
This guy might be crazy with it.
Wow.
This guy might be crazy with it.
Just going in, no fear. I love it.
So I don't know if we could get this to 5 to draw a card. Yeah, we have gotten this to 5, right? So we're gonna draw a card, super big. It does have -2 speed though, right? So like if we have a low block, it is definitely blockable. It's a 0 speed right now. We've got 4 things in the pool, so it's kind of like a 4 speed. If we have like a 1 low, it's like blockable. Just opts to take it.
Okay.
He's already excited for blood, so there's not really anything that's gonna super duper change that. Getting our rival all the way down to 18 by the looks of it is a super fine place to be. 11 damage, build a couple foundations is super duper fine. We still got a couple cards in hand because of excited. I think it was a great turn for Innsmouth.
Yeah, Innsmouth definitely definitely won out in that turn.
Man, getting creepy down is really big too.
Yeah,
can you imagine if there would have been tongue whips that turn?
Oh man, if there would have been tongue whips that turn, it wouldn't have mattered what the Sato player did. I think.
Yeah, I think we'd be in game 2 if there were tongue whips, man. This character is like really, really scary. This guy's hot draws are some of the spookiest around.
Yeah, he has some of the hottest draws in the game right now.
Oh my god, we did it! We did it! We checked a 5 on back alley.
OMG, let's go.
there may be hope for us.
If you check rolling 3s from here on out, you check the 5 on the back alley.
It's a sign. It is literally a sign. We're gonna go grab ourselves a nice little 0 diff now. Building in tight-lipped could be pretty huge here.
And we're gonna get to stun 3 here, which is nice.
Yep. All right, so we got Sato coming in, removing this useless foundation because it does not decimate our rival. It does not help us win the game this turn. So we're gonna get to stun 1. We're gonna get to stun down. Yeah, so much. The creepy does still remain though. The creepy does still remain.
So basically, the opponent is gonna have to use this creepy on the second attack or right now. Otherwise, that creepy's getting tapped on the next turn.
On the next attack, because we'll
on the next attack.
We will have a window though, right? Because Sato's first enhance is going to be remove, gain stun 1, and then we get to use creepy. So
absolutely. So that you'll get to do the -2 damage. It just feels bad having to use that creepy so early.
Yeah, unless that we've got another back alley, and then we just get decimated.
Yeah, if you have another back alley, I mean,
congratulations.
Jack 5s, right? Bro. Like just you deserve that.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, right, the -1 damage that we missed out on by not using it on the first one probably doesn't make a massive difference. It's not going to make a massive difference on this Texas either, though.
Yeah, not really.
-1 damage to your 8 damage move if we use Sato.
Yep, and I mean this Sato player is definitely in a position where they can just kind of one with nature once on every attack they play for the rest of the turn and possibly just end the game for free.
Yeah, with no ready foundations, anything that gets one with nature is definitely not blockable anymore. Like
and one with nature and Sato make up for the creepy that's gonna get committed more than likely.
It looks like our rival has abandoned us. I can hear these guys a little bit. I think he said someone was knocking on his door, and he said it's 10:30 here, so something might be wrong. He's left us. He's left us with absolute bated breath, man. Maybe it's snack time, right? He's going snack a little bit. It's running low on the sugar.
Possibly. I mean, it could be possibly. I mean, we are running a little low on the sugar in this man's build here. Once again, only 2 snack times in the Earth deck.
Yeah, this is true, man. That honestly seems criminal. Actually seems heinous. I know
Yeah,
people
it
who
does. Two snack times, one or three one with nature. What's going on here? What's
this is
happening
not
to these earth builds?
this is not the justice of the earth symbol. I
Three
feel so
talented baker. I'm very curious about some of these decisions. They are interesting decisions, and I want to know why they were made.
well, our character does enable it, right? And then we are also Sato for the response. So seems correct. Unless
Well,
you're trying to
well,
think
no,
about
I'm
why there
meaning
should be
only
four.
three. Only
Okay.
three. I'm wondering why
Okay.
there's not four.
Now I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Man, so many one-ups. Very interesting choice here to have so many one-ups.
Well, your character does get to cycle 2 cards a turn, right? Every
Yeah,
turn, you do actually go through 10 cards every cycle, purely off of your character, not counting any of the draw inside of the earth symbol itself.
that's true. They're just weird choices for one-ups, right? Like resistance, new training method. Like like cards I would not necessarily have thought of to put as one-ups
I
in a
know.
deck.
I never even play one resistance in my deck, right? It's 0 all the time, right?
Well, some of us play more than Eraserhead, Levi.
Whoa. Hey, that card has an eraser head symbol. Okay.
You are correct, and
Oh my
Eraserhead
god,
can't play it
he's
because
petty squabbling. He's petty squabbling. Oh
oh
my goodness.
man,
I mean, I guess we've twice returned already, and if we don't have any attacks that draw cards, right?
yeah,
There's not really a reason not to. We're not going to get any more damage if we don't have attacks that draw cards. We don't have any foundations that draw cards.
yeah. You might as well. I mean, if you think you can end the
Oh
game
god, we
here,
found the
you
gas.
should go for it.
We found the
Oh
gas.
man, we did indeed find the gas. The discard for 4 means that we have found it.
Yeah, he's got it on the ready, and we've got a snack time as well for the next one if we like really need to ship it down lane. I think this
I
might be a very
mean,
dead Innsmouth, my friend.
oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is still only a 4 high, so there's a world where like it might have gotten blocked, but it looks like it didn't come in.
Well, didn't he
It's
one with nature?
Oh yeah, I think you're right. He did one with nature. Yeah, he discarded 2 cards, right? Because we've got 2
Oh
in hand now.
man.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness, the classic, the
well, that'll
classico,
be
Texas into
that'll do it.
Texas. Super,
That'll very
super
much do it.
duper Texas. Oh no. Oh no. It
Oh
shows
man.
double quick to act. He
Oh
says it was never
no.
happening. I was never blocking a Texas smash in my life. The power of Texas compels you, sir.
Yeah, the power of Texas compels everyone. Take it from
Yeah,
a Texan.
the power of Texas compels us. So that's going to be a pretty swift little victory for Sato there, man. Again, just doing very very good earth symbol things. Our character certainly pulled an amount of weight, but it wasn't in like a that thing that's so this is what makes these earth characters so interesting, right, Kyle, is that none of them enact like a super duper secret unique strategy. None of them are bringing anything like super hyper specific to this deck. It's just stats, right?
Yeah,
Ojiro was just a ton of stats. Sato, a ton of stats. Midoriya 2, Midoriya 3, Aoyama 1. All of these characters that people kind of prospect as like the next guy to prove the earth symbol is the problem, quote unquote, not my opinion, quote unquote. All of these guys they're just stat piles. And I think that's what really shows the power of this symbol and what makes it so flexible is that you don't need a character doing any specific thing on it. You just need someone to make back alley faster and bigger and Texas smash faster and anything that's just gonna make sure that your resources all get used up.
absolutely. I would totally agree with that. Um Anybody that can slap free stats on those cards is certainly going to um put in a lot of work. You do not necessarily have to play into the two different symbol identities of Earth to be able to play this symbol well. Those being damage reduction and picking cards up off of your board. If your character just throws stats on your cards, I think you're going to find a lot of success with the Earth package, regardless of whether you support it or not.
Right, which I think is that's what makes it so versatile, right? Is it doesn't really need like something to specifically support it, you know? There's no character that's like, "Oh yeah, this brings out the best in back alley haymaker, Texas smash, snack time
Mm-hmm.
one with nature," right? It's kind of like, yeah, these are all just like very resource efficient piles of stats. And so if my character does more of that, they don't need to like unlock anything specific.
Mm-hmm.
I think the closest we get to that, right, is that like Midoriya gives them a defensive edge in Breaker 2 every turn. Midoriya 3 specifically, right? Which is a pretty unique thing to bring to that deck, which is why I really, really have my eye on that one. And I guess like Sato helps you filter cards, but that's kind of just the same thing as drawing cards, which Midoriya 3 also does.
Yeah, it also is like the filter feels very very much like Curie 2 in a way.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. And oh man, the zeros coming in hot for Innsmouth here. That's a nice build though. I mean, build 4 is already above the average, not the highest quality foundations, but we did get creepy. And creepy feels real good.
Yeah, creepy feels good, and 4 foundations is certainly enough to end a career with a tongue whip in hand, right?
Yeah, we got the almighty, the one of Web of Blades coming in hot here, but of course alongside the almighty One with Nature.
Yep. Web of Blades is going to be super cool, especially against the Resistance if Resistance comes out.
I think Web of Blades is really sick. I've been one-upping that card in a lot of decks, mostly just because it's a weapon, and I play a lot of those relevant decks. But I do think that card is really, really, really solid.
I would agree. Web of Blades puts in a lot of work just generically in pretty much any character.
Yeah, I think the only reason we don't see it a little more is because you've got to find a rival who's looking to interact with your stats, and there's just not too many of those running around.
Yeah, not too many people wanting to play the game with someone.
Yeah, so a very respectful build 2 from Innsmouth. Building 2 fat 3 diffs feels really good, but man, it's a really respectful build, right?
Mm-hmm.
Holding four is, I mean, that's a lot of cards. I feel like we could have at least gotten one more foundation down, and in the event that maybe his hand is just filled with attacks, I feel like he would have poked at that point.
Yeah, if his hand is filled with attacks, I certainly would have poked. But
is the swagger coming in?
Yep. The swagger is indeed coming in. I mean, that's just the power of this character, right? Like you have 8 stun 2 attacks in this character, plus your character gives a total of stun 2 on face. Like with all of that around, this character is just able to tap any board it wants to.
Is very efficient. If we follow up with a back alley haymaker, like that's actually stunning our entire board. And the thing about having no ready foundations, Kyle, is it means that One with Nature on basically any attack is unblockable.
Yep.
I think
exactly.
That's what makes like this whole strategy so scary when it comes to these Earth decks. Is there's just so much free stun, man. I honestly think that it's the reason.
It's why I've been on Earth Midoriya 2 recently, is because just tapping them out and then using One with Nature is so strong.
Yeah, I think it's the reason why a lot of even like the famed defensive decks have fallen out of favor a lot. Even characters like Eraserhead, even characters like Water Defense, right? Those guys are all very reliant on their board to wall you out. Momo is kind of the one that gets a pass because all of her committed foundations say -2 speed, right?
Yeah.
But even Momo, when you eventually stun her out, if you can make her block with non-weapons, right? That if you can get that whole dance going with her, there's just not many characters that are able to handle that level of a committed board.
For sure, there needs to be a lot of setup that is difficult to carry out when so much of your board is getting stunned right out the gate.
Yeah, I think it's a little wild that we didn't see the sticky balls come in on the first attack. To be honest, I would have been very afraid of the follow up, and it looks like we're about to get socked on the jaw now.
I agree here, but also that just may be the Mineta in me saying, "Well, you have to use the sticky balls here."
That's how I feel. I feel like we're gonna lose it if we don't use it, and that's kind of what happened. Although we could have left it up on this one and used it, but I feel like at that point it's too late to really think about the value. You're probably just better off thinking about keeping it for the next defensive turn or keeping it to secure game on this next turn. But 29 damage through learning the standard, that's gonna be pretty tough to do.
right? If this Innsmouth just has the tongue whips ready and is saving that sticky balls to make them as lethal as possible, I mean, that is also just a correct play, depending on what his hand looks like.
Yeah, it's just a big gamut to take. Just so it's a very sizable risk to lose so much health for free on the chance of taking game next turn, especially if we're going to commit, our defensive resources here, like the sticky balls or like the creepy realization. I would feel a lot better about where this turn might go if the first thing that Sato hadn't slammed down was that learning the standards.
Yeah. Yep, I would agree. Learning the standards hurts a lot here. It's one of the stronger defensive pieces that Earth has.
Yeah, especially when you've got this, just this very, very healthy 29, health pool. Even if this Ignited Arrow gets to some really dumb numbers, it's not going to put Sato in an awful position to just take this, learning the standards, and safely make his way into the next turn. Granted, that's a big chunk of damage. Oh, sticky balls is coming in. Okay, I think you definitely have to. I think you have to take this and learning the standards for sure now.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we have to stop. We have to stop this aggression somehow. Especially with the creepy sitting on board, as you said, Kyle. Tongue whip and a tongue whip here, super duper game.
Yep, super duper game. And this character can certainly get there if it has it. It's just do they?
Yeah, right? We're now double floating babies, so this is a 9 damage ignited arrow. I don't want to take this, but I don't know if we're allowed to block it, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh. On a 5, so this is gonna get blocked. The big thing here now, though, is that so Ignited Arrow is going to pop off. We're going to get an Eat My Sticky Balls.
Yeah,
and
that is one of the good
super
ones.
Online now. Oh, man, he actually committed the learning the standards. That's pretty heads up. This is a potentially dead Sato here if we have the right moves. I don't know if we have enough cards in our discard pile, though, for all the floatings to get us there. I think that might be my only concern. I mean, we're definitely gonna. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah, that might be the turn ender.
It certainly could be. If we could have followed this up with an amphibious ambush, I think that would have been that would have been what I think really, really gets us there this turn.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be playing some real honest card pool game this time.
Yeah.
But he actually pitched the amphibious ambush. He did have it, but he pitched it to do the Innsmouth response.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I would have passed that check. Committing that much against this Sato is brutal, and especially for a card that's not really gonna deal that much damage. Like, it's brutal.
Yeah. Did he put one into the pool for the Innsmouth response?
It looks like he did not.
Well, I do think we need to do that. I think it's the top card of the right because we put in the snack time with the first one and then we blocked with the back alley. I don't know if we missed something there.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely just didn't do it.
I don't know. I'm dealing going to ask them because I'm super confused. Hey, did the top card of the deck get put in for the Innsmouth ability? So it still needs to happen, right? Cool. In that case, it would actually be the back alley that got drawn. And then that card in the pool now is actually the one in your hand. I mean, you're discarding it anyway, so it doesn't actually change anything, but just for reference.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that.
All right, so we've got our correct card in the pool now. The him doesn't matter because he's discarding it anyway, and doesn't look like we have any more discard pile fuel for our floating. So this sticky is going to get one more in. I'm trying to figure out how we can count to 29 here, Kyle.
I mean,
Is he going to use excited for blood?
what is he at? He's at 21 right now.
Yeah, he's at 21. So
Yeah,
Excited's going to draw us a card. I think even, I guess, like tongue whip into tongue whip and like checking rolling fives could maybe do it. I don't know. I don't think I just think we have the foundations anymore.
Yeah, you would have to check rolling fives, and even then, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I would take that risk. I would want to build right here, because if you take that risk and it doesn't work out, like, the game's over.
Yeah,
right?
It's also really funny. We had the wrong card in the pool from the not putting it in fiasco, but then it ended up in there anyway because of the eat my sticky balls.
we have taken the tongue whip challenge. All right,
there it is, boys.
There's the
we
first
beautifully
one.
Checked. Oh my god, and he's responding. How big is this?
Man, it's gonna be +5 from its own ability, plus another 3.
It's gonna be +6 after we use tongue whip itself. Right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about tongue whip itself. So +9 total after between the character and the tongue whip.
Yeah, so this is gonna be for 13.
And then the creepy can make it 19.
Oh my god,
man, you're only 2 off there.
Oh my god, this is so wild. This
is
so crazy.
I would, if I don't have the other tongue whip, I would definitely commit that creepy right now, because that creepy is getting stunned.
Oh my god, this is so crazy. Actual 19 damage tongue whip. If we creepy, that is that's an entire eraser head. That terrifies me.
Yep,
that's a whole.
That should terrify you, Levi. This is how you should feel for playing your low health total characters.
God, yeah. Except we're not. That's the craziest part about this, right? Is that we're not even playing low health characters.
Yeah, we're playing very middle of the road health total characters, and we're still seeing like these characters bending over for the amount of damage that's being output.
Yeah, it's crazy that if the creepy came in, we were on our 3rd attack, 27 damage into our turn.
Oh, didn't have the other one. All right.
No. And we checked the 3 anyway.
Unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. We did build successful results though, which I don't know if that'll matter after we get like the life stunned out of us.
Yeah, after we get stunned too, it's probably just not gonna matter, right? But
I mean, it's not once per turn, right? It is not once per turn. We do have 3 momentum. It's
absolutely fair.
It's a baby refreshing slice. It's like a little baby refreshing slice.
True. In a sense, it is indeed a baby refreshing slice.
Yeah, but I mean, man, Sato's gonna get access to a lot of cards this turn though, and he's packing 2 momentum. So like if a back alley EX or something like that comes in, it's gonna be really easy to force some damage through. Or a hardened uppercut, we've seen him play that card. It's what saved our bacon in game 1.
All right, so not opening with a stun 2 piece. That is good. That is good for the Innsmouth here.
Yeah, just effectively going to be a stun 1 piece if we use our Sato, which at that point, we can just ready our successful results, which feels very good. Going to get rid of this brute strength because once again, it is not an attack. It does not decimate our rival right now. If we can continue to dodge a stun 2 attack coming in and leave creepy up, that's going to be like our saving grace.
For sure. I would hold that creepy as long as possible.
Yeah, these moves are going to be really fast though, man. This is going to be with the talented Baker, this is a 6-speed rapid punches. And I mean, as long as we keep the cards in our hand fueled, we can just one with nature like crazy. Looks like that's what's happening right now. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't want to call any shots just yet, Kyle, but things are not looking good for our Innsmouth friend here. We're seeing a lot of really powerful stat buffs come in all together.
We are certainly seeing the Earth package do some hauntingly similar things to what it was previously doing right now.
Yeah, we're not getting to replay our best attack for free, and it's certainly not, +3/+3, but man, this collection
Oh
of cards
man,
is
the
still
Texas
gonna
Smash
get it
coming
done
in.
pretty hardcore. Yeah, that is a big old Texas Smash. This is gonna be a really tough one to deal with. Once again, though, not a stun 2 move. I I
You're
think that
right.
once we get too much into this turn, I don't know if creepy will be enough to save us anymore, but it's possible. This is going to be for 7 damage, potentially more. Sato's going to give it a damage here and stun 1 it. Hopefully we bring our successful results back up with all of that momentum that we've got. But he's also got a tight-lipped on board. This is a lot of stats flying around right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man.
Yep, clarifying not once per turn on the successful results. It's
Yep.
okay, buddy. That is a very okay thing to be finding out just right now, this second. I don't know if
you would think it would be once per turn, but it is not.
Kevin Broberg is the only man in the world who has ever read that card.
We read cards in this game?
Occasionally. Look, I don't know if we're allowed to trash a card that Mr. Broberg won Worlds with. Okay.
That's absolutely fair.
But this Texas is possibly blockable. I think we've won with Natured it, so I'm not sure. Okay, Tight-lipped is making it lethal now? Question mark.
Yeah,
7, 8,
Natured.
9,
we
10?
gave it a speed, so it would be a 5/7.
Effectively 7 speed, yeah, because of the one with Nature.
Yeah, I don't know if we can block this actually, unless there's a 6 in the deck.
Wow, we're discarding an attack for +4 to the next. Oh, we've got to be super dead.
Yeah, that is gonna indicate a end of game state. Yeah, and our Innsmouth can't check a 6 here.
Yeah, this is just gonna be 10, so we're surviving at 1.
Yeah, I mean, it is the fated 1 health. You never want to leave your opponent at 1 health. Is he the
guy? Oh, I think this is precisely the attack that's going to be just too fast for us to stop. I think this is specifically the one that gets a little too fast because it's going to pump 2 speed from itself. So it's going to be for 6. Baker will make it for 7. One with Nature can effectively make it for 9 in quotation marks. This thing is probably gonna murder us.
Yeah. Yep. There is not much that this Innsmouth player is going to be able to do given the current board state.
Yeah, because it's, oh my god, it's 4 damage and Creepy can give it -3. I'm crying. Oh no, it has +4. There's not even, I'm not crying.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that would be super cool on like a hair margin.
Whoa. Wow.
Just rub it in, buddy. Just rub it in, buddy.
That was quite rude. That was quite rude.
This is very churlish. This is very, very churlish. I don't know if I appreciate this very much, man. I don't know if I appreciate this very much.
Just wanted to show off with that play.
It's like, Kyle, it's like he heard us. It's like he's just picking up his cards. It's like he heard us go, yep, we've calculated. This is exactly unblockable. And he's like, all right, hold up, dog. Let me plus ultra it real quick.
Even more unblockable than that, actually.
Oh my goodness. That was pretty putrid, man. It just goes to show, guys, that even with Mr. Tailman gone, this Earth package is here to stay and still super duper strong.